All right, noun stems. Our first Latin grammatical concept we need to deal with. Yeah? And we need to start with just what does a noun entry in a dictionary look like? Because they look a little different in Latin than they do in English. Yeah? A noun entry is always going to give you 4 pieces of information about that noun. Yeah? 4 very important things that you need to be able to get from it. And the first thing it's going to give you is a nominative singular form. Don't worry at the moment what nominative singular means. We'll get to that. Yeah, but just you need to know that the first form is called nominative singular. The second form is called genitive singular form. That's just a name for right now. Later that will mean something to you. The third thing is what gender that noun is. If you've had Spanish or French or German before, you understand this idea that nouns have a gender in many languages. They don't in English, but in many languages they do have a gender. In Latin, there are 3 possible genders. They can be masculine, they can be feminine, or they can be neuter. There is a pattern to that, but sometimes you just have to memorize it. So it'll be given to you as part of your noun entry. And then the 4th piece of information is the English meaning of that word. So nominative singular, genitive singular, gender, English. It will always be 4 pieces. They will always be in that order. They cannot be out of that order. And that's going to be important when we do our vocab quiz, and we'll talk more about that in our daily video. But the order is not flexible. You must list things in that order. So an example of a noun entry would be puella, puellae, feminine, girl. The nominative singular is puella. The genitive singular, puellae. What gender is this word? Well, this is kind of obvious, right? But the gender is feminine. And then what does this word mean in English? Puella, puellae means girl. Another example. Servus, servi, masculine, slave. So what's the nominative singular of this word? Servus. And the genitive singular? Servi. What gender is this? This word is masculine, and it means slave. Baculum, baculi, neuter, stick. Again, nominative singular is baculum. Genitive singular, baculi. Gender, well, this word is neuter. What does it mean in English? This word means stick. And another example. Pater, patris, masculine, father. So, nominative singular, this should be easy now, right? Pater. Genitive singular, patris. Gender, again, obvious here, masculine. And what does it mean? It means father. All right, now, one of the things that we're going to use this noun entry for is what we call stems. This is really important. You will be doing this almost every day for the rest of the year in some way, shape, or form. This you have to know. You will not do well if you don't understand this. Can I emphasize that enough, right? This is not hard. You'll find this very easy, but it is really important. Okay? From the noun entry, you can find what the stem of that noun is. We've already talked just a little bit about how important endings are to Latin. But what does that ending go on? The ending is going to go on a stem, and so you need to be able to identify what the stem is. The basic root that you can add your endings to. Every noun in Latin has 10 possible endings, and they go on to the stem. To find a stem, you look at the genitive singular entry and you remove the ending. What is the genitive singular ending? Yes, we said that it's the second ending. Right? The second ending is your genitive singular. Okay? For right now, there are only 3 possible endings there. Okay? Every genitive singular for right now is going to end either in the letters AE, remember puella, puelli, right? Or it's going to end in the letter I. This is servus was the nominative, servi was the genitive, right? Or it could end in is, pater, patris. Okay, so your genitive singular is always going to end AE, I, or IS. When we pronounce those, that would be I, E, and is. Okay? Later in the year, you'll learn 4th and 5th declension where it can end in us or s, but you don't need that for right now. Right now, you must know that AE means first declension, that I means second declension, and that IS means third declension. You've got to know that. That's absolutely something that you need to be able to just rattle off the top of your head. First declension ends AE. I is second declension. Third declension is IS. Okay? No irregulars, no exceptions, no breaking the rule. Always going to be this pattern. All right, so back to our examples that we had before. Puella, puelli, feminine girl. Okay, our genitive singular is that second word, so it's puelli. So our ending here is AE, I, right? That tells us that this word is first declension, because we just looked at the fact that first declension and AE go together. So our stem is puel. It's that genitive form minus the AE. Servus, servi. What's our genitive singular? Our genitive singular is servi. What's the ending there? The ending is I, which tells us that it's second declension. What's our stem? Our stem is going to be servi minus the I, so it's servi. Then baculum, baculi. What's our genitive singular? It's baculi. What's the ending on baculi? It's I. So we know this word is second declension. If we remove the I from the genitive singular, we get a stem of bacul. And finally, pater, patris. What's our genitive singular? Our genitive singular is patris. What's the ending on patris? It's is. What declension is is? Well, is goes with third declension. If we remove the is from patris, we get a stem of pater. Okay? That's all there is to stems. You need to know your nominative and your genitive. From the genitive, you need to remove AE for first declension, I for second declension, or IS from third declension, and whatever is left of that genitive, that's your stem. All right? Very good.